All right, this next video that we're going to be watching for our React Andy segment is going to be in defense of casual killers. And this is the first time that we are watching this creator, so please make sure that now more than ever that you hit that link that just showed up in the Twitch chat above my head. And if you're in the YouTube, it will be down in the description below. Like I said, this video is going to be about in the defense of casual killers. This is something that popped into the React suggestions, which if you would like to suggest the videos that we react to every Tuesday, recording us on Wednesday because I'm a day behind, but anyways, usually on Tuesday, there's a whole channel in the Discord where you can put those suggestions. So if you're on Twitch right now, !Discord. If you're on YouTube in the future, it's down in the description, so you can suggest what videos we watch on the Tuesdays. I pick 3 out of 5 that we poll every Tuesday, so yeah, that's how we pick those. So if you want to participate in that, that's how you do.
I don't like defining killer playstyles. I feel like it puts them in boxes and feels conceptually claustrophobic.
One box.
I'd like to think that most killer mains are a bit of everything when it comes to how they play the game. But to put it simply, a casual killer is someone that does not care about the outcome of the game. This can be shown through perks, through playstyle, through killer choice, but at the end of the day, they do not have a gun to their head that will go off if they don't win the game. I'd like to think that I am a casual killer. I am not a casual person. I am very... Pick him up! Just crying. We're just taking out with this raid. React.
The way I play is I play like to match people's energy. That's what I do. Like if you decide that you're gonna sweat, you want to play just surprise scrim in pubs, I'm gonna scrim back at you, which means I'm gonna be tunneling, camping, playing for points like I would be in a comm setting. And most people get surprise Pikachu face because most players in Dead by Daylight don't have familiar with those rules, with that setting, so they don't know how to adjust, so they usually just get to pub stomp people. But they run into somebody who will match their energy, and then they just get all crybaby about it. But I just match your energy. If you want to just chill, you just want to vibe, like, I will chill and vibe. Like, I will have, like, 2-3 minute chases just to improve at the game if, like, we're not, like, gen rushing in the background because, like, the game's not that deep. If you guys don't want to try, I will also not try. I'll just mess around. But if you want to sweat, I will also sweat. And people don't like that. People don't like having to look in the mirror and be like, wow, am I playing that sweaty? Like, a lot of people just want to win. It's rules for thee, not for me, like we keep saying. Like, I'm allowed to sweat, but you're not allowed to sweat. So people don't like when that energy is reflected back at them. So, I don't know.
But I'm a casual killer. I do not run slowdown perks. I play arguably weak killers, but I do camp, tunnel, and slug when I want to because I enjoy it. Listen to what I just said. I enjoy camping, tunneling, and slugging because they are mechanics in the game that add to the dynamics between killers and survivors.
Yeah, so like I feel the same way. Like the reason that tunneling can be fun is for me, if a survivor like has 0 self-preservation and runs back into me, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I hit you? You know, it's just like, if you are going to make the very, very audacious and reckless decision to just run back into the killer's arms, I'm gonna hit you, you know. And there's some like hilarity in like the way that people. First off, it's funny before the after chat even happens because like, why wouldn't you run away from the killer when you get off hook? Like, why would you not do that? So it's already kind of funny in the moment, and then they get pissed in the after chat and they get mad, and I'm just like, maybe you should have run the opposite direction of the thing that is actively trying to hurt you. Crazy concept. So it is kind of funny and entertaining in those regards. I'm just like how many people just like have sunk their teeth so deep into the survivor rulebook that they just don't even like realize that, hey, maybe I should, I don't know, play a smidge better. Like just maybe a tiny bit. Not even a whole lot, but just a tiny bit. Maybe not run directly into my foe, my threat. Maybe not do that.
Camping and tunneling forces survivors into positions where they have to be altruistic if they want to maintain the 4v1 advantage. Slugging can lead to small decisions from earlier in the match determining which side wins, aka snowballing. For the most part, when I tunnel, slug, or camp, I have nothing personal against whoever I'm doing this against. I just see it as another part of the game. But this is also stuff I do against veteran survivors, players that run good perks and items and know what they're doing. If a team is clearly struggling, I change my mindset from what's the most strategic choice to what's the most fun choice for both sides. I obviously don't want to start farming because it's tedious and generally not that fruitful, but I might 8-hook, where I get everyone to second stage before killing anyone. Or I might insidious camp a generator pretending to be a hallucination.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, I like that. For me, that's taking long chases. Like, I'll intentionally take long chases if I feel I'm applying too much pressure, and clearly they're not trying that hard back. Like I will just go on an extremely long chase on purpose. Like, hey, maybe I can go for this, especially with Xenomorph. I'm like, can I hit this really wacky and weird shot that I've never attempted before? And I will throw trying to get that shot over and over and over and over. Because I'm like, okay, well, I'm putting on a little bit too much pressure. It's the 12th Flame Bug. The 12th.
I might try and befriend a survivor and explore the map with them. And it feels like everything I knew about my own killer playstyle came together and finally made sense when I went against a streamer on the Unknowns PTB. Her name is DJ Mabel Music, and she's relatively new to streaming games as well as new to DBD as a whole. Side note, I will be calling the new killer Bob, because calling him the Unknown will get messy fast. My build consisted of perks on the first page of the perk list, because I only started making my build 15 seconds before the game started, so I didn't exactly have much time to think it through. Beyond disappointment...
I have to ask, that hit you got me at the rock, have you done that before? Yeah. Called an arc shot. I'm making a whole Xeno guide that will be done probably by the middle of the month on how to do that exact thing. Yeah, so essentially, the Xenomorph's hitbox is just like a bunch of repeating tubes that spawn the moment that the tail activates. But like a Hunter's Hatchet, you could spread it up and over things. So yeah, I just put it up and over the loop and bonked you on the noggin.
At not
clearly your
getting the
first
new map.
script,
The
you did
game's beginning was very average. I had a chase with the Sable and made a pretty good use of Bob's power. Cut to mine and Mabel's first chase, where after she went down, I met a Leon that made me realize that the team wasn't competitive. Like, they were just
A lot of problems begin with I
not
met Leon.
having a good time. So that's when the switch in my head went from trying out the new power to trying to have fun with the survivors. And this wasn't streamer privilege or anything, because I didn't know she was streaming till
But I
after the
panicked.
game.
I did come
This is my
around the edge of the
genuine
rock and
reaction
just
to a clearly
clothesline
newer
immediately
survivor
too.
being cute and me deciding to be nice. They were in a Swift,
That was
so
also my
once
fault.
I was friends with Mabel, I was friends with everyone. And this small interaction was just a part of another game. It didn't feel new. I was friendly in most of the games because it's PTB and we're all trying out new stuff. But then I went back and watched Mabel's reaction to sparing her.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I can make a flashbang, right?
No, you don't have it charged yet.
No, man. And now my dog's barking.
Well, they have a heartbeat meter. That's interesting.
Please be nice.
Please be nice.
Please, 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 please. Yes! You guys! I befriended a killer! I befriended a killer!
Wow.
I did it!
Dude, the heart rate going through
I
the
befriended
roof.
a killer, you
More
guys!
so when they were happy, more than when they were scared
When
or
I first saw
upset.
it first, I literally had
That's
to
so funny.
get up and walk to the other side of my room because of how wholesome it was. I was honored to have made someone that happy with an interaction that I hardly remembered. Hell, it's almost a mirror copy of my reaction when I meet baby survivors and befriend them. Go to your friends. I caught them
Oh,
all!
I like their little stream shot at the bottom left. The twins. That's cute.
I got all the babies. I have never felt so validated about how I play the game as how I did in that moment. I was proud of
Ooh,
myself,
emotional music.
genuinely. Which
Ooh.
seems self-serving, but I mean something that was second nature to me, sparing cute survivors, caused
That sounds like a
this
DBD
reaction.
perk.
The best
Oh yeah,
part
I
of
run
the
second
game
nature.
is
OP probably needs
interactions
a
between
needs a
survivors
nerf.
and killers. Making the other side miserable might seem fun on the surface, because winning is fun, but I much prefer games when everyone comes out of the match having had a good time. Except this Leon. He was so much of a baby, I could not get him to calm down. Sorry, Leon.
Yeah, I think like what usually happens is that like it's a misunderstanding of the stakes and who's having fun where, right? Like in that perfect example where that Hanato in that Bubba game started throwing slurs at me and stuff when I beat him. Like I was giggling the whole time. I thought it was hilarious. like I thought our shenanigans were funny. But like, you know, go to endgame chat and he just starts, you know, throwing out some very, very nasty gamer words and insults at me. And I don't know. It's like the expectations of who's having fun where is just so different for people that it's hard to like find that happy zone of what makes people happy. There's been plenty of situations where like I have like that LD, for example, that LD on that Batum game today, where I was like, can you just like, you know, slap me with one more pallet so I can get my challenge done because I had to break one more pallet. and then I'll just let you go. And she was just like turbo sweat. And then like we got to the end game, she's the one that brought the offering. She had full meta. Like clearly the way she was enjoying the game was like turbo maximum sweat. That was like her deal. Like she wouldn't even throw one more pallet for me to get my challenge. Like the other 3 survivors were dead. The game was won for me very solidly. I was just like, hey, why don't you throw one more pallet and I'll let you go? She was like, no, I must escape at all costs. This is pro MLG gaming. So like that wasn't fun for her. But I was like, hey, I'll let you go. I got told in that same match from the Bubba game by the Michaela that was also in that game that I had a cringe build. It was a backpack build. It was Mad Grit, Agitation, Iron Grass, and Awaken Awareness. That's a cringe build. Not pop, not pain res, not grit and base pain res, not quad slowdown. Nope, it was a backpack build. That's what was cringe. Yeah, backpack build was cringe. Put on 4 slowdowns, idiot. So it's just like, I don't know. The reason I play the way I do, and it's not like this. I mean, this content creator literally said at the beginning that like you play how you want, and they also love to camp tunnel because it's fun for them. But like the reason I just kind of match energy or attempt to is because like so many people have so many different just like house rules about like what's fun and what's not that it's like impossible for me to quote unquote play nice, right? I've been in situations where I have thrown and given people a farm game and people told me I was being boring. I was being boring. They would have rather played a real game. Like there's just like nothing, like you can't win with this community. You really can't. Like you really can't win. There is no just like be a nice killer and that's a one size fit all situation. So like, I don't know, the general idea, the general philosophy of play how you want, but also, it's pretty rewarding to play nice. It's also like impossible to have a one-size-fits-all nice way to play that can appease the whole player base. And as somebody who tried to find that kind of happy place for a while of like, how can I play as a nice killer? Usually what ended up happening is I was just kind of like making myself miserable at the expense of other people. I was like, I won't camp or tunnel them because that makes them have a bad time. And then they're just like, GG, easy, stupid killer in the end game. I'm like, okay. And then I camp and tunnel. And then it's like, okay, you're sweating so hard. Oh my gosh. So like, I don't know. Like you can't appease everybody. You can't make everybody happy. So like, I kind of just match whatever energy I see. If somebody drops a flashlight or something, I'm like, oh, that's cute. And I'll let them go. But I kind of essentially just kind of like wait for the survivors to initiate the mood of a match, and vice versa. When I play survivor, I wait for the killer to initiate the mood of the match, because like there is kind of no one size fits all predetermined way to play in a way that people find nice or anti-BM or anti-toxic or whatever. So I kind of just gave up on it after a while. I don't know, man. It generally good advice, generally good philosophy. In practice, though, it's kind of hard to implement and hard to find a happy medium that makes everybody happy, if not outright impossible. So generally do your best, but don't put too much pressure on yourself to worry about the happiness of others, because some people, especially the Dead by Daylight community, and honestly in live service online games in general, some people just play games to bitch and whine and to be miserable, right? They don't want solutions. They don't want things to be fixed. They just want to ventilate and just be mad at something else. It's easier to be mad at something as trivial as a game over the real life things that are bothering them. So they just want to be mad. They just want to be upset. So they're just going to be mad and upset anyway. You just kind of got to let them, even if it's unhealthy and it sucks. Oh yeah, all online games in general fall victim to this. It's not just a Dead by Daylight problem, but I would say, keep in mind, be conscious that you are facing real people. These aren't just NPCs on the other side of the screen. These are real people with real lives. But also keep in mind that like, don't jeopardize your own fun and make yourself miserable at their expense. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. I think that stuff is like, that's a very, very easy line to do. Like trying to win the game, not toxic. Downing somebody, WSing them, smacking them on hook, and GG'ing in the endgame chat. Yeah, don't do that. Unlisted Siege players, true. Very, very true. What's funny? Siege actually had its highest posted numbers of like their player count in like 3 years, I think. They posted on their Twitter the other day. Good for them. Good for them. Generally recognize that you're playing against real people, but also don't make yourself miserable on their account either. Good rule of thumb.